Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So I know it's been a while since my last video for like scripting tutorial wise, but I don't know, I've just been distracted lately, but here it is. So as you guys know, I made like about a year ago another tutorial about how to make plates of fate. It was 2022 version, but then I never got a part 2. And that's because afterwards I got a new PC and I don't know whether I don't have the file anymore for that game, so I have to start from scratch from here. So, but this time we will be taking a different approach. We'll be doing like a module, like we'll be using modules a lot more with this, so it's more advanced than the last versions, and using meta tables. So yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So firstly, we're just gonna get started. So firstly, obviously, same thing as like the other ones, make a UI handler is what we'll call it for now. And you want to insert a text label. And so we're gonna want to change the size. Let's see. We'll go 0.5. I think 0.005. We'll just put, actually, we'll do like 0.75. So like you can make this any size, it doesn't really matter. And then we want to put this like in the middle of the screen. Go down a little bit, okay. And then this is all about you. I guess like whatever you want to make, it doesn't really matter. Like you can change the font and the background. You can have no background at all. It's whatever. But for this one, I think I'm just gonna change the background. I'm gonna make it like a little bit of a darker color in the background, like something like that. And then obviously we want to make the text color white so we can actually see it. And then I'm gonna just set. I don't know if okay, and we're gonna do text size like 25. Yeah. And then we're gonna take the text stroke transparency, set it to 1. And then as for color, might do actually might do just this with bold. Yeah, that looks fine. And then we can just get rid of the text here because we don't need text right now. And then if you want to do, actually, hold up, change the name real quick to text status. So we can change the um, we can add like UI gradient to the background just for like a little bit. Okay, so now we have this open. So what you want to do is click on the color, or you want to click on these three dots, click on the last one, drag, make it all the way down to dark or whatever color you want if you want to do gradients this way. And then we're gonna set the rotation to 90. So then it only sets like the bottom half of it. Might want to move it down a little bit. It's like 0.1. So we can see. Now that looks way better. That looks way better. Oh, let's just type something just to test. The next round. Oh, again. This is just a test. Okay, not too bad. Maybe move the color down a little bit more. 0.2. Okay. I think that looks good. So now we just get rid of the text here. Now we're gonna want to insert into its replicated storage folder game information. So information will contain like all of like the status, how many, if the round is still going or not, stuff like that. So we're gonna want to insert a bool value. This is the like game in progress to see if it's actually in progress. And then we'll add a string value, which will be the status. So once the status change, then the text status will change. So for us to do that, we need to insert a local script. So local UI is equal to script parent. So that's the parent of the script. And then we'll get the text status. Local text status equals UI that text status. All right. And then text status that text is equal to, oh, I forgot to get the replicated service. So also, it is good to leave comments so you just like so you know where everything is at. So local replicated storage is equal to game that gets service replicate. Not dot, but get service replicated storage. It is also very important to use get service because in case somehow the name of the services are changed, it will still get that service either way. So It's always good to do that. And then local game information equals to replicated storage dot game information. So that looks way better. And then we do text status dot text is equal to status. Wait, oops, my fault. Game information dot status. And then we're gonna do game information dot status. Get property, change signal, value, connect function. And then you can just take this code right here, copy and paste it, and put it in here. And then now when this changes, everything should change. So let's just test that real quick, make sure it works properly. Of course, it should work. No errors here. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. What did I do? What did I do? Am I trolling? Oh, I forgot to do the value. Okay, that's very important. Make sure you put the value. I forgot because we were just like getting the instance rather than the actual string itself. Okay, so now if he was to open this and then they would do test, as you can see, it updates now. So, and then just change it again just to test. See, there you go. Okay, works good. And then we can just name this script UI hand. This is probably UI handler. We should probably change the actual this to like player UI actually instead of like just because it's not the actual handler. All right, there we go. That looks good. All right, so now we can go ahead and insert a script into server script service, and this will be the main handler. Like this handles like all the game's functions. So first things first, we want to get like most of the services that we're gonna need. So we're gonna need server script service. Oh, make sure actually make sure you do like the comments like I said. It's a good idea. So you know where everything is at. Game and get its service script service. I'm gonna need replicated storage. Get service replicated storage. Local players. We gotta get players as well. I think this is all we need for right now, but I'll just go ahead and put server storage in there because I don't. Yeah. We're gonna need server storage eventually. So just put server storage up here, and then just copy paste, put it over here. That's probably all the storages we're gonna need, and then this will be like variables, and this will be like modules right here. So for right now, we have to make another folder in server script service called, and then we're gonna add it. We're gonna call it modules, and then we're gonna go ahead and add another module into that thing, and then this will actually be like the game manager. So we're gonna name this one game manager. Call this I was about to name the folder. So we name this module script game managers. This is called game manager. All right. So then we're actually gonna index this and make it a meta table. So game manager dot underscore index equals game manager. And then we're gonna do game manager. Oops, what am I doing? All right, so now we're gonna actually have to like use self. So we're gonna make this very modular compared to like the last versions of the game. So like if you watch my other tutorials, it's not as organized as this one's gonna be. So watch this. Function game manager dot new, and then we're gonna get the players of it. Okay, so now we're gonna use self. So self is very good. It's so good for like optimizing and like it's very easy to keep track of. So okay, so we're gonna do local self equals to set meta table, and then we're gonna create a new table and then set it to game manager like this. So there we go. Now we have our meta table, and then we're gonna make sure we return self. So now we have to actually add things to self. So self.players is equal to players, and then we're also going to need plates, but we don't have any plates as of yet. So I forgot, but we need to make a plate. So hold up, let's do this real quick. Okay, so I was gonna make like a hex map and do it like module, but I feel like that's too confusing. So I think we should just do the old way and make it into plates. So what we're gonna do is 15 by 1. This is the size. It's the X is 15, Y is 1, and the Z is 15. So then we're just gonna make a bunch of rows. It's actually good to get a, what's it called? Model in here, a player model, so we can see like the actual scale of it. These help with scales. So I think this is a good distance away. I think you should be able to jump from that. I think okay, we'll leave it at that. And then we have to keep them about the same distance away to make sure it's like the same every time. All right. I think how many am I doing per row? I think I'm about to do 5 per row. I think that's a good amount. So, okay. So first of all, we want to name all these plates, and then or which just plate, and then you want to anchor them, of course, so they don't fall. And then we're gonna just duplicate them, and then we're gonna space them out a little bit. I think that's a good amount. And then we're just gonna keep continue. I think probably about 5 rows. They're probably not evenly spaced out, but it's like you can always change it. But I think they're pretty spaced, like they're about the same. That looks that looks like pretty even to me. All right, and then what we're gonna want to do, of course, is just go over here, insert a folder into this settings. We're gonna call this settings, and then we're gonna insert a object value into this. So when we actually start assigning plates, we can actually put a player's character into the value, so we know who owns the plate. So we just call this owner, and then we can go ahead, take this, copy it, and then we can select all the other ones, deselect this one by pressing Control, and then click on it to get so you don't have to put another folder into there, and then paste. Okay, there we go. Now they all have. Let's get close this real quick. It's taking a longer than this. Alright, just close all these. Okay, there we go. Select all of them again, and then group them together. Call these. Now these can be called plates. So, and then we can create a folder into the server storage, and we're gonna call this assets. And then you're just gonna take this, put them in there. All right, and then now we can go back to here and make sure we actually get the game manager. We're gonna have to require it. So we're gonna do require service script service modules game manager. All right, and then now we're gonna actually move on to like setting it up. So we're gonna have to use a loop for this while true do, and then make sure you do taps that way so it doesn't actually crash the game. And then we're gonna get local round is equal to game manager dot new, and then we're gonna players get players. So this basically just gets like all the players in the game that are currently in the game. And but obviously we're gonna do a few checks to make sure they can actually be put into the game. So we're gonna check if they have a character, of course. Check if they're not dead. And then so we have to let's go ahead and oh, I forgot about this. I guess we'll just set this to nil for now because we gotta figure out how that works. So function uh game manager set up. Oh wait, did I type that wrong? Yeah, I typed that wrong. Okay. Okay, so now that we're gonna like set that the round with this, so we're gonna have to get like everything ready. So now that we have players, we're gonna loop through the players. So we're gonna do we're gonna do for in pairs self dot players do, and then now oh I forgot to put the player here. I'm forgetting a lot of things here. So for underscore comma player and pair self dot players. Now we're gonna get every player. So but first we have to like actually check if they can. Well, there's actually a few things we have to do first. Actually, I almost forgot. So we actually have to make we have to make hold up. Okay. My fault. Okay, we're back. So we actually have to make we have to check if there's like enough players in the game. So what we have to do is if number of players is greater than, or if number of players get players is greater than equal to 2, then end. Okay. So now it'll start if there's more than one player. I mean, more than 2 players. 2 or more players. And this reminds me, we have to create some settings for the game. So we're just gonna create it in the main handler. So set it. We're just gonna call that settings, and then we're gonna make it a table, and then we're actually gonna put settings. So required players is equal to 2. So you can change like we just put this here, so it's like we can easily change it. We can come back and change it later. It was required players. Actually, for the sake of this, we're probably just gonna make it 1 so we can do some playtesting, of course. And then if there's not enough players, what we actually need to do is we need to get the game information stuff. So local game information is equal to replicated storage game information dot status. So now, oh wait, oops, that's not the right. So when there's not enough players, we can say game information dot status dot value is game requires at least at least settings dot required players to begin. Hold up, okay, so for the sake of test, I'm gonna change it to. So basically all it does is just say game requires at least, and then then you have to put space with 2 periods on each side, and then it gets the settings dot required players, which is 2, and then you continue the sentence so you can have the number posted correctly. So now it should work. Yeah, game requires at least 2 to begin. Oh, I should say players to begin, just for better proper English. 2 players to begin. Okay, good. So that works. We just have to actually get it going. So now we have to say, and then up here, round, and then we're going to set it up. So this is going to set up the rounds. Okay, so now we have that sorted out. So now we have to check if each player is actually here. So if player dot character, and so actually we do then. So firstly, we're checking if the player dot character exists. If there's a player dot character, then we move on to the next line. So if player dot character dot humanoid dot health is greater than or equal to 1, then so we're checking if the player's health is greater than or equal to 1. So that basically just checks if they're alive, and if they're not alive, then there's no point in continuing. So what we're gonna have to do is actually create a new table actually up here. So we're gonna call this up here a new table, and then we're just gonna create this as a table, and then we're gonna do table dot insert new table, and then we're gonna insert the player into it so they can actually play. And then we're gonna do self dot players is equal to new table. So now we're gonna the next thing we have to do, we have to actually get the plates. So in workspace, we're gonna create a folder. We're gonna call this plates. Wait, what did it? Oh, okay. We're gonna call this plates because this is where we're gonna insert the plates into. So now we actually have to get the plates, and then we have to assign each player we have to assign each player a plate. So now we have to get plates from server storage. Oh, here. We should just go to main handler and take these services up here. Just copy and paste them, honestly. Put them at the top. Okay, there we go. Also, I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit easier. Okay, you guys should be able to see pretty well now. Sorry if I didn't do that before, but you should be able to see these now a little bit easier. You can go ahead and pause if you need to, if you need any of these. Okay. Okay, so let's get the plates here. Okay, so plates is equal to server storage dot assets dot plates, and then I'm gonna clone them, of course, and I'm gonna put plates parent is equal to workspace dot plates. So now we parent them to the workplace. Um, oh, I forgot. We kind of need to make like a little map. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead, take this base plate, move it around a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna we have to shrink it down quite a bit here. So basically, we're just gonna have the plates in the middle of the in the middle section. So we're just gonna copy paste this, maybe this way. Like I said, this part is custom. Like you can, if you have a map already prepared, then you can just do it yourself. You don't really need to follow this part. You can go ahead and like skip to like a later time in the video, so you can actually just work on it yourself. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to make it like at least like the same size so it doesn't look too bad. Okay, move over here. Okay, is that okay? Oh, it's a little bit uneven here. Okay, not too bad. And then we can just move the plates into the center. I gotta get rid of this. I'll just move the spawn point over here for now. And then get rid of this dummy as well. Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna look too good, but it's whatever. Uh, Let me just add like spawn points to each side. So they can like spawn, when they die, they spawn at one of the 4 spawn points. Obviously, these aren't even, you gotta adjust them a little bit. So we're gonna make another folder. We're gonna call this lobby, just where all like anything lobby related goes into. So put them into lobby, and then we also have to build some walls, like invisible walls, so they can't like jump out, because the plates will some events will like extend the plates, so we don't want that to happen. Might actually have to make these sides a little bit bigger, but you know, we can always do that later. It's not important right now. So we're just gonna build these up like this. And then we just do that for like each side. And then we're just gonna make these we're gonna make these transparency like 1 when we're done. Okay. Just put okay. Yeah, should be good. Just like checking like the side, make sure should be good. Okay, yeah, we should okay, this should be fine. Okay, now we got like a little bit of a lobby here going. So now that we have these plates, we need to actually assign each plate to a player. So now we're going to loop through the players again. So we're going to just honestly just copy this code, and then we're just going to edit it a little bit. So we'll just get rid of the little stuff. So if player, then now we actually have to get them a plate. So we have to assign each player a plate. So and then also we have to make another table in which we put the plates. So we're gonna put this over here. We're gonna put local plates is equal to a table. So now we have to get each player's plate. So we're gonna have to loop through the plates here and actually select them a plate. So we're not exactly. So what we have to do is we're gonna get a random plate like this. So first we actually have to get the plates children. So get local plates get is equal to plates like get children or colon get children. And then we have to get a random plate. So local random plate is equal to plates get at that random one plates get. So now this gets a random plate. But if there's like the thing is, if there's like someone already owns that plate, then that's not gonna be good. So what we have to do is if random plate that settings that plate. Oh wait, actually we could probably do this a better way. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do is make a loop real quick. Put task that wait. and then we're gonna do this. Actually, we should probably do it this way. Let's do it this way. Look, we'll put this outside of the function or outside of the loop. So get rid of this. So now, and then if until random late that settings dot value is not equal to. Okay, sorry about that cut. Had to do something. So now that I am back, we're gonna continue. Okay, so make sure to set this to not equal to nil or until equal to nil. Because we're trying to, so basically this loop is we're gonna keep looping through the plates or until we find a plate that does not have an owner. So once it doesn't have an owner, then we can go ahead and say we can actually get ready for them to teleport them to the base plate. So what we should do is random plate, or oh, my fault. Actually, I have to reference the character first. So go back up here and do local character is equal to player.character. Then what we're gonna want to do is TP each player. First, actually, we're gonna anchor them. So when we do TP them, they don't they don't get TP'd. Oops, I forgot humanoid report. Make sure you spell that correctly. Humanoid report. Character.humanoid report.cframe. And then we're gonna set the C frame to the player plate. So we're gonna do it's random plate.c frame. And then we're gonna set the C frame slightly above the plate so they don't get like stuck in the middle of it. So they're like slightly above it. All right, that looks pretty good. And then after that, we actually have to clear the players, like the plates that are not in use. So we're gonna do for underscore comma clear end pairs plates get children do if clear that settings that owner that value is equal to nil, then we're just gonna destroy it. Oh, also I forgot to say oh wait, hold up. Okay, so make sure you fix that. And then we also have to set the name of the players, the owner, because I forgot to do that. So we actually have to set like the owner. So random plate that settings that owner that value is equal to character. There we go. So now when after this function, after this loop goes off, once it's finished, then it will set the players, set the owner of the plate to the character, and then it'll TP set character to the plate. And then we just cleared it. So also we have to have reference game information because I forgot to do that. So make a quick variable local game information equals to replicated storage that game information. We basically need to reference game information for like almost every script in this game. So and then what we want to do is let's actually before we actually like get started on it, like before any of this goes off below, let's say I actually update the status. So let's say game information that status that value equals to game is about to begin, or I should maybe say round is about to begin, and then we can do like past that with 5, and then we can do there we go. Actually, before we even like do all of this, we should probably even before this we should probably do like a countdown system. So like so we can actually we can make this a function. So function can do function countdown. Actually, no, we don't need to do a function for that, but we can just put it in here. So for I, or we just put this as number, for number equals, so we're gonna start from how many seconds? So this is basically like the intermission part of the game. So I guess like start at, for the sake of this, we'll do 15. So 15 is basically the starting number. The second number is the end number, like and then this is the how much it goes down by. So we'll be going down by -1. Like we'll keep going down until we hit 0. So for the number I do, and then we're gonna do ask.wait1, and then we're gonna do game information that status that value equal to, we're gonna do intermission colon dot 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 number. So now we have to actually test this, make sure this works. So basically it's just like intermission. It's gonna should be changing. Let's see if it works. Oh, I forgot. Hold up. Go back to main handler and set this to 1. For testing purposes, keep it at 1, and then when you upload the game, make it 2. Okay, so far it's working. As you can see, oh wait, before we do this, I actually forgot to put the plates back into assets because I think it calls, I think it yeah, right here. So we make sure those are in make sure the plates are into assets. So because it won't work otherwise, it'll just give you an error. Okay, let's see. Just let this count down real quick. Might have to move this up a little bit. Oh, actually, probably should just. I'll explain after. Okay, let's see. Round is about to begin. Okay, it works. It works pretty well actually. Okay, pretty good. Oh yeah, so go to GUI and do ignore GUI illset. So like basically, it'll look better because like it was like further down than it should be. So let's just look at this real quick. See now it's more raised up because it's basically it's an ignore. If you don't have that enabled, it doesn't it doesn't ignore this. But if you do have it enabled, then it ignores it and it can go up there. Okay. So now, so we basically have the basic setup. What we have to do now is like make another module. This will be the event module. Oh, wrong thing. This will be the event module. So basically, this will be where all the any events will go. So we're gonna call this events manager, and then just copy paste the name and just put it like there. You don't have to do that. You can name it whatever. Actually, it doesn't really matter. So we're also gonna use index on this because we're gonna be using, of course, we're using meta tables for this. So index equals to events manager. Okay, so now we actually have to figure out like what we're doing for here. So actually, we have to like get events and apply events and stuff. So for if applying events, we're just gonna do something simple. Actually, before we okay, so just keep the script here, but we're gonna come back to this. This is not that's not that important right now. So we actually need to do like get the event started. So like we have to actually like check if people are alive and stuff. So let's start doing that. So we're gonna make another loop, and then here we're gonna have to do like this is where all the events will go and stuff, and then this will continue until there is like 1 player left in the table. So for that, what we have to do, I think this should work until self.players is equal self.players is numbers. So put the hashtag so it's basically like number of the players is equal to 1. So we're checking if 1 player is left standing. So we're just gonna do a quick test, make sure this works, and I'm gonna lower this number right here, just so we can get like speed this up a little bit. But you can always change these numbers to right here. They're simply just for like the intermission and stuff. Oops, what did I do? Did I do something? What happened? Hey. Oh, I changed the wrong. Oops. Game manager. I realized I just named the wrong script. That's what I did. I named the wrong module. Okay, so yeah, it works. It's as you can see, the less player left standing. But obviously, for testing purposes, you might want to change it just to 0, so you can like keep doing events. Okay, so for right here, this is kind of like the tricky part. So we're gonna have to loop through the table and like remove a player when they die. So what we have to do here is like character like humanoid that died connect function. So right here, we're gonna want to destroy the plates when they die, but like not instantly, like a little bit after. So we already have random play reference and stuff, so this is good. So what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna create a highlight. So local highlight equals instance dot new. Okay, wait. The best way to probably do this is to create a dummy real quick. or whatever, or model. It doesn't have to be a dummy. And then we're gonna insert a highlight so we can just get a reference. There it is. Okay. So for the sake of this, we're just gonna okay, keep that red, and then we're gonna make this even red. So it'll look like this. So basically, we're just gonna reference this with our script. So actually, so we should do it like this. So instead of doing that highlight, then the highlight is gonna be parented to the random plate that was selected here. And then we're gonna highlight that outline color equal to color 3 that from our GB 250.00. So when a plate is about to die, this will occur. And then we'll actually okay, so come back up here and reference tween service for our services because we're gonna need it for this. Also, I should probably mention this tutorial is meant for like more advanced scripters. I mean, you can follow along, but it's kind of it's a little bit more confusing than my other tutorials because this is more obviously more slightly more advanced scripting compared to like the compared to the other versions. So I recommend you watch the first one, like the I forgot which one it was called, the first version of Plays of Fate because it's more aimed toward like beginners. All right, so now we're actually gonna have to tween the random plate when it's about to disappear. Between I'm gonna tween each part, tween info dot new. We're just gonna do 2 seconds. You can change like the easing style if you want, but for me, I don't really care about that right now. And then we're gonna transparency. We're gonna set it to 1, and then we're gonna play it. And then actually, let's piece these out. Actually, we're gonna do it this way: local disappear tween, and then equals. So it's better this way. Disappear tween, and then we're gonna play it, and then disappear tween. I complete it, and then wait. So basically, this just waits for it to disappear, and then we actually destroy it here. So they're gonna plate destroy, and then what we're gonna want to do is actually remove from table. Remove from so point underscore comma remove from table in pairs self dot players do if character is equal to remove from table, then table dot remove. Oh wait, so wait. Okay, this is a little bit more confusing. So we actually have to create a new table. Look at a new table. Actually, we're gonna call this newer table so we don't get it confused with the don't get it confused with this up here. Newer table. And then we're actually gonna have to make this a number. Because to remove something from a table, you actually have to reference its position within the table. So we're gonna remove it from. Oh wait, actually, we have a better way to do this. So actually, if character is not equal to this, then we're actually gonna insert them into newer table, and then we're basically oops, okay, and then we're gonna do self that players is equal to newer table. So for the sake of this, actually, we're just gonna make it like -1, just so we can do some testing. Let me see if this works. So we're gonna start a match real quick. Okay, it disappears, but I didn't do something right here. Oh, I forgot to actually like we actually have to insert them into the table, that's why. And then also the highlight didn't appear, which is weird. I don't know why it's not appearing. I forgot about Adorny. Hold up. Highlight that Adorny is equal to random play. I think that should fix it. I don't know why that didn't appear. And then after this, let's just print the newer table just to make sure it should be empty because we're the only player in the game. Okay, it does disappear, but then let's see. This is empty. No, that's not empty. Okay. Okay. We have to actually like check here. So this is okay. So we gotta do some debugging actually here. This is like a pretty important step of developing a game is doing debugging. So you can obviously just skip ahead if you want, but personally, debugging is kind of annoying. But Okay. I think how do we? Oh, okay. I see what happened here. We're actually we're not even supposed to be going for the player. We're supposed to be doing the player. Okay. There we go. That should work. That should be good. And then I have to figure out why exactly this okay, hold up. Let's just try to put this above the parenting because maybe it's not working properly. So let's just see this real quick. Okay. We shouldn't be in the table no more. We should be good. Okay, so yeah, we're not in the table anymore. I don't think. Wait, did I remove? Okay. Okay. Let's put this. We shouldn't be in the table no more. New table. And then the highlight, I'm not sure why that's not working. So what we're just gonna do, we're just gonna just copy this highlight here. I'm gonna put this into assets, and then we're just gonna copy paste that and put it into the plate that way. So let's go ahead. Where is it at? So we're gonna do remove all this code asset, and then we're just gonna do server storage that asset, and then we're gonna clone it, and then we're gonna put it into the random plate. So this should work. And then we also shouldn't be in the table anymore because we when the player dies, we want them to be removed. Okay, so we're gonna reset. Yeah, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. But anyways, what we did end up getting removed from the table because as you can see, the table is actually empty now. I actually don't. Wait. Oh, psh, I forgot to for the server assets. I forgot to actually put highlight. I was cloning the actual like whole folder itself. Okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay. Okay, then now I'm gonna reset. Okay, the highlight still doesn't work, which is weird. Uh, it's weird because it works. I'm pretty sure it works here if you just put it. Okay. You know what? We'll just come back to that. We can always come back to that. But anyways, as you can see, it actually does work. It removes them from the table. But we should actually do this a better. We should make a connection to it so we can disconnect it when they do die. So we don't have this connection running every time they do die. So we're gonna name this. How do I want to do this actually? Here. Okay, but just do local death connection, and then leave that blank, and then right here before the character, type in death connection and then equals to. And then afterwards, what we're going to do at the end of this line, we're going to do if death connection. So we're checking if there is a connection, and then we're going to disconnect it. So you don't want this running every time when a player dies, even when they're like no longer alive, or they're not like even in the game at that point. So now we actually have quite a bit of it done. We just have to. This will end the first part here because obviously everything works so far except for this, but I'll have to come back to this. I'll figure it out later. Probably next part. I'll explain why it doesn't work or what was I doing wrong. I feel like I was doing something wrong, but I can't really recall right now. But anyways, so this is what we have so far. I'm just gonna go through the script. So just make sure you can, if you want to pause the video, take a screenshot, whatever. This part is not really important because it's not done. We haven't really started on this part, but we just have it set up. Last thing we can do, we can reference the actually go to game manager. We're gonna reference it in game manager. So right here we're gonna go to, this is a module, so we're gonna do events manager, and then we're just gonna change this last line to events manager. Now we have a reference in game manager, and then so yeah, this is all that we have so far. We gotta add more settings, but we'll do that next part, like I said. So we have a pretty, like, the scripts look pretty clean right now. You know, it looks way better than compared to like my other versions of Plays of Fate. But yeah, anyways, so part 2 will probably come out when we get I don't know. I'll leave it in the comments of how many likes we should get, and then if if this video gets that many likes, then I'll release part 2. I'll have them recorded in advance so I can just post them, and rather than waiting to record when I reach that like goal. So anyways, that is all for this video. I'll see you in the next. Peace.